And I love these because they're beautiful. They are just so camouflaged into the cliff. Problem is, if you slip just one time, like, you are not going to be able to gather yourself and you're going to go tumbling. As I'm out on a hike with Koba, like always, and I'm with a friend that's from Moab. I guided with her for a while, and she hasn't hiked this area all that much, and we're gonna hike out to some cliff dwellings that camouflage very, very well. Now, they're a lot bigger than what they look like. We'll show you when we get closer, but this is one of my go-to places just to come back, just because I found all sorts of cool things out here in a very close radius, from granaries to sweat lodges, cliff dwellings, metate artifacts, metates, arrowheads, and moki marbles. I absolutely love finding moki marbles when I can see them. And then there's a tombstone rock that looks like, I haven't been here for like a year and a half or a couple of years, so you'll see it if it's still standing, but I wouldn't doubt if it's fallen over because it looks really fragile. It's just a random rock formation that I often come across. All right, I found the old tombstone rock that I found years ago out here. It's still standing. I was just telling my friend that you actually see rocks that are shaped like this. So they have been forming like this for who knows how long. And oftentimes they even have a skinnier bottom to them, but I call them the tombstone rocks, and you see them like this all the time.
They're goblins.
It's little gems like this that I like. This little goblin, isn't it? I love it. So we just got from the sunny part over into the shade, so I'll be able to show you these cliff dwellings. And these ones are special to me. I think these are the first cliff dwellings that I've ever found that I didn't know about. It was just from kind of exploring on my own, and it's been years ago, right when I got into doing this type of stuff, just out exploring. And I love these because, one, they're beautiful. Two, they are just so camouflaged into the cliff. And you can't really see how dangerous they are or how high that is. I'd say that's a good 50, 60 feet up. It's only about a 4-foot walkway that's on an angle to get to them. I'll show you that when we're up there a little bit closer. We're going to take our time to go around and look for rock art or anything. It's been raining recently. Usually when it rains is a good time for the dirt to kick up stuff that's been under the soil for years. And let me just get you another view of this right here. Look how cool that is. Coming up almost to the little walkway that will take you out to these dwellings. And it's pretty dangerous to get into these ones because, you know, this is at such an angle, and you slip. You start rolling and you go over an edge onto some pretty sharp rocks. Look how pretty this is. One of my absolute favorite places in the world to go, and a special place just because this is a go-to spot that I've been coming to. I'm gonna have to compare pictures just so I can see if it's ever been damaged. I'll show you guys how to walk the line. Gotta be careful on this because one slip and I'm going down there a ways. Look how cool this is. There's a reason why this is my favorite dwelling. I made it back into these cliff dwellings. I'll give you a view when I'm leaving out of here, if I remember to. This is as far back as I'll go. Normally I do not go inside these dwellings, but since it doesn't have a roof, I do not go past this part right here. In fact, this is something new that I've never seen. They put closed entry. I'm glad that they did because I have never gone back there the times I've been here before because it's too risky. Look how unstable that looks, and look at the little fingerprints from the people all those years ago that were out here building this. You can see this old piece of wood just come down here, and we're on a cliff. If you don't believe me, look at this. Hopefully I don't lose my camera, but this is a view of that other room. Then I think there's one or two more. I don't know. I've never been back there. I never will go back there. But what an absolutely awesome place. Got like a little peek hole to see. Maybe for lots of different reasons. You can see who's coming in because they have to come up this way to come out onto the pathway to get up in here. And just a special place back here. I love it. How cool. Last video before we leave this beautiful special cliff dwelling. It feels so nice out here. Making my dog wait out here. Do not let her come into these places. Let's go, Kobo, go, move. Alright, so here's the entrance of this, and I'll show you guys kind of how sketchy this is, especially if this was wet. Like it's a good enough pathway to make it back here. The problem is if you slip just one time, like you are not going to be able to gather yourself and you're going to go tumbling. And the idea of people building this, like putting those rocks there and stacking them up, is just unbelievably insane to me. These were some of the bravest people that you would ever meet. And there's a better view of it. I'm not so zoomed out on it or zoomed up on it, but I'll give you one look of just kind of coming in here before I take off. And yeah, listen to the land when you come out here. I've always felt a very special vibe out here. I love these little peepholes, and my favorite's just the old wood out at these places. And it looks like probably an animal built that nest. I don't think that's left from the natives, but who knows. We'll give this goodbye, say a little offering, and we'll get out of here. We just climbed up to this little bridge. And this is the only point of entry to go where we're gonna go. So we're hiking down at the bottom of this lip. And if you see up in the shadow, I'll zoom up a little bit. That's where we're going. A couple little granaries out here. It's kind of funny because the first time I came out here, I was walking really close to the legs below us, looking for rock art or for things, and I actually missed these. I didn't even see them. And again, you don't miss things out here, you save them for a different time. But don't ever feel bad, because I guarantee you everywhere you go, you're not seeing everything that you can. And that's why going back to these places is worth it. You'll see other stuff that you missed if you pay attention or if you look around. Look for rock art. Just look for anything that you may have the time before, and you'll find some stuff. All right, we're just a little bit closer to these guys. There's one back there, and then there's this granary right here. When you get in the shadow, you can get a really good view of it. We'll walk back to this one. I want to see if that arrow abrader that I've seen here, I think that's what it was. If I find it, I'll show you guys. You can tell me what you think it is. But an arrow abrader is an arrow straightener. That's what they would use to straighten their arrows. Look at this, how cool that is. So this is missing the roof, which I'm guessing would have been made of wood. And it's just deteriorated over the years. Beautiful place out here. Go. Alright, here's that arrow abrader thing. Unfortunately, I think someone broke it. I'm gonna have to go back in my pictures and see, but they would put a piece of wet wood in that and bind it down and straighten it out. This is what I believe they would do with that, but if you guys know what that is, or you have any idea if it's something different, let me know. And look at this, there is a part of a metate right there. And then there's one more over here that's fully intact. It's not even broken. Look at that metate, just sitting on the hillside out here in the middle of nowhere.